my 2-year-old son. We can't find him.
We're not here to be your defense investigators. We are here to be investigators and go find DeOrr. Wherever that trail leads us, wherever the evidence leads us, that's where we will go.
About 6 weeks after Philip Klein took on the case, he says his relationship with the Kunz family began to unravel. Klein claims that he told the family about his suspicions during a meeting in January 2016.
And I was very clear. I said, look, you're not going to like what I have to say. And it was like, oh my God, these two people are suspects. There's just no doubt. They can't tell their stories right. They failed polygraph tests.
We found a court record showing the contract between Klein Investigations and the Kunz family. But after Klein's confrontation, the family stopped cooperating.
3 days later, we were fired or not fired. He just said, oh, I'm not going to signature on this contract any longer. We said, great, fine.
Klein was the second private investigator that worked with the family. You're about to hear from the first, Frank Vilt. He quit the case by sending the family this letter.
And I said, I am withdrawing from the investigation. My stipulation was both of you would be absolute truthful. In my professional opinion, both of you lied and misrepresented the true facts that could possibly solve the mystery of your missing son. Sooner or later, the truth will come out.
We looked into Frank Vilt's background. This guy spent 19 years with the U.S. Marshal Service. He's retired now, but Vilt told us he knew the family and got involved because he wanted to help.
When a mother has lost her child, she looks into a camera and says, I want my child. Please help me find my child. I love my child. But she didn't want to do that.
Vilt looked into Jessica's past, and he didn't find any evidence, but Vilt has a hunch. You see, Jessica gave up full custody of her other 2 children to her ex-husband. This is all documented in court records. Vilt believes Jessica may have been motivated to give up DeOrr too.
We have Jessica giving up custody of her other 2 kids from her former marriage, and I believe the mother made an arrangement to give her child up for adoption.
Jessica wrote about this in a Facebook message. She told us her ex-husband could financially provide her other children a better life when she wasn't working. And she says she sees the children often. Jessica says, I would have never in a million years given DeOrr up for adoption. Still, both sets of private investigators believe Jessica knows more than she's letting on. Do you feel private investigators meddled in your life?
I feel like this latest one didn't help anything.
Philip Klein.
He did not help. He stirred up more drama, more negative. It's not about my son anymore. It's about what he says and how he spins it and how he plays it for his benefit. The minute somebody gets money like that, and that large chunk of money, and then flips on you, you're going, okay, wait a sec, did we miss something? So I feel like the focus has not been on my son.
She was talking about $25,000 raised on a GoFundMe account that pays out to Philip Klein's firm.
That's not for us. That's for travel, that's for hotels, that's for flying specialists in. That's what that is for.
On November 1st, 2017, DeOrr's father, Vernal, filed a lawsuit against Klein for breach of contract, libel, and slander. Klein fired back. 2 weeks later, he issued a public statement on his Facebook page asking the DA to consider charges against DeOrr's parents.
I think that they knew we were getting close. That's why they got the attorney. They knew we were getting very close. Look, in all these investigations, you always got to have a boogeyman. And a lot of times, the boogeyman turns out to be one of the investigators. We're the ones that have made up the evidence. I've heard that so many times out of Idaho. It's just nuts.
At this point, Klein just stopped talking about the investigation. After all, there's an open lawsuit against him. But he sent us this statement. The truth is the ultimate defense. Jessica says the truth is on her side too, but she's not so sure about her own memory.
With the interrogations and being questioned so much and trying so hard to remember anything and everything, that puts a lot of strain on your memory. That puts a lot of strain on your brain. And at that point in time, being that, you know, you're so out of control feeling, you know, nothing makes sense. And everything just kind of jumbles together.
Yet some people have said, oh, she's changed her story.
And I feel like people that have been in a traumatic experience know exactly what I talk about. Like, it's a way to kind of protect yourself from the trauma that's going on around you. That's a way to protect yourself.
But Jessica may have found another way to protect herself. She says she was offered a deal for immunity.
Yeah, I had to show them where he was.
Episode 6 is streaming now.